All I really want to say this evening, friends, and it has substance in itself, if we can digest that substance, that will have taken us quite a long way. But tomorrow morning's session will be centering. In the approach to centering, to finding our roots, to discovering the integration of our being, our body, our breath, our psyche, finding it, the essential factor is awareness, intense awareness, through which the energy of awareness comes awakening. It's all a journey of discovery. It's the discovery of life, and life begins with our own being. And life is further discovered when we find our own being in relationship with our immediate environment and with the cosmos of which we are part. And that cosmos of which we are part is here. Humankind is the microcosm which reflects and contains the essential factors of the macrocosmic universe. And the beginning is to know our breathing. The first thing that we do when we realize we are alive and awake in this world is to breathe. And it's certainly the last thing we do. When we breathe our last, we're no longer in this world. Breath has its own intelligence. It has its own vitality. It has its own ever-revealing truth. Everything we approach in yoga, we must approach with great awareness. If we're truly aware, not with tension, but just allowing the flow of our discovery to happen, then new vistas of our own potential will progressively unfold. That is yoga. That is the meaning, the essential dynamic inherent in the process of yoga. It will happen if we allow it to happen. It will happen when we are not over tense in the way we approach our practice. It will happen when we are not too relaxed and inclined to the sleep state. We must find a balance between our yang and our yin. We must find a balance within our own intention and our own awareness. And the keynote is awareness. We can inform ourselves about many things subsequently. We can exercise ourselves intellectually, or in other ways, subsequently. But whatever we do in yoga, we must be aware. If we are aware, we are offering to life itself the most potent and pertinent invocation that is possible. If we are aware, we are manifesting a need to know, a need to see, a need to be. It's all a process of being, a process of becoming, and a process of allowing life, in the greater sense, to unfold within our understanding. within our deeper self, within our hopefully ever integrating balance of energies. We're bringing together heaven and earth within ourselves. And the powerhouse that draws heaven and earth together within ourselves is the process of our breathing. The life force, the prana. To truly discover our breath, the meaning inherent in our breath is to discover all that needs to be known about sacrifice, is to discover all that needs to be known ultimately about silent prayer, is to discover all that needs to be known in terms of our relationship with the cosmos, with the greater life, with the universal being. It is all within us, immanent, immediate, potential. The potentiality is prodigious. The potentiality within ourselves is prodigious. Our responsibility is to let it be, to let it happen, to let our deeper being happen. I say again, if I may, the key to knowing, to unlocking the meaning of meditation is our own breathing. Our own breathing is the powerhouse that drives the totality of ourselves on all levels. In the ancient Upanishads, it makes clear a human being is a living sacrifice. And the real meaning of sacrifice is to make sacred. To sacrifice is to open out, to awaken, to let go, but also to know our roots, so that fruit is born within our roots. You will find, I think, when we come to approach centering, that we're bringing together these two interrelated, indivisible, necessary elements. To find the center, to find our stable root, to find our relationship with the nurturing earth, and to open the heart, so that the heart can attune to the life that is beyond our individual being. So our intention is to open the heart so that experience can come and bear fruit. And to do this, it is necessary to be strong, stable, firm, balanced, and integrated into the nurturing earth. That is the meaning of hara, our strength and stability center to be discovered. to be fostered, to be strengthened, so that the heart can unfold. We'll look at it in very simple ways tomorrow when we come to center. But I'd like to suggest, if I may, that we perceive that the underlying purpose of learning to center is to let go of the containment of any centering. Such is the paradox. We learn to center in order to learn to let go. There's a certain analogy, perhaps, in learning to relax. If you're relaxing a muscle, if you're relaxing your hand, you will clench first, then release. And how much more meaning has that experience if we are aware of the discovery of releasing, relaxing and releasing. In the course of this week, we may touch a number of levels of ourselves. It's all discovery. Some of it may bring laughter, some of it may be a little unsettling. It's all something we need to be aware of and to gain the right, fruitful, effective perspective concerning. Let it happen, let it flow, let it be, and it can manifest. It can. That we discover the freedom that is hidden, that is potential within ourselves. I don't know if anyone wants to make any observations or ask any questions or affirm. Maybe the word hara is not familiar to all of us. Do you think it is, Chrissy?
I think so.
Anyway, friends, does anyone want to ask a question? Offer a thought. Hello. Jolly good, yes. Yeah. There's something to write with on there.
I've got them upstairs.
Don't worry, we'll only forget it. Uddiyana Nali. See, we're innately anarchists, and we sort of don't plan all the details as we go along. We just let it happen, you see. It flows free. As long as we're rooted in the earth, we can open the heart. What does it matter if we haven't got a pen? Now, it's actually a very interesting exercise. Let me first say something about hara. Hara is a Japanese word that literally means belly. In the Zen system, in the first phase of development, the spiritual center of the human being is said to be the belly region. Now, this is, to cut a long story short, this is our strength and stability center. 2 inches below the navel is a point they call the tanden. And that is our physical center of balance. It is also our psychological center of balance. Our modern world urgently needs to discover that fact. Our modern world is vastly overpressured at the head level. And we are not strong, we are not aware of our fire center. In yoga terms, this is our fire, our power center. We're not aware of the strength that is accessible to us if we are stabilized, like the tree of life. We are the tree of life. We should be the tree of life if we are stabilized here. Now, the interesting thing is that, arguably, the two most effective techniques that can be developed that will help us discover hara, the spiritual strength center, are yogic techniques, one called Bhastrika, which Pat will be discussing tomorrow, and the other called Uddiyana Nali. Now, if you work with these two belly techniques, if you become adept in these two belly techniques, it is inevitable that you will develop a strong, instinctive, spontaneous sense of hara. One of the things this means in practical terms is that if you become nervously disorientated, you have the resources much more quickly to stabilize. That is a statement of the minimal benefit to be gained from hara. In other words, you will become more strong, more stable, but not more rigid. This is an approach which balances sensitivity and strength. The key is the heart. In modern humanity, the heart is closed. The heart is enclosed, because to open the heart will make us vulnerable. And we're afraid. And rightly so. Because the civilization, in quotes, we inhabit is one massive, unbelievable, prodigious madhouse. You've only to walk around and see it. And of course, we will close up, as any sensible being will. But alas, we can become over-habituated to this enclosing process. If we don't enclose, we have not the strength and stability to withstand the impact of experience. That means we are denying life. We're not living. We're not unfolding. In order to unfold, the heart must open. The heart must be free to receive and to give and to interact and to discover the implications of the greater life, which is always and indefinitely there. We are all head-centered, the heart is closed, and we have no roots in the earth. We are top-heavy, so we topple. All around us, humanity is toppling. It's vital we discover the meaning of breath. It's essential we discover our root in the hara, the nurturing earth, and it's most essential of all that we then allow the heart to open. If we have only hara, this can happen. If we have only hara and no heart, we might be able to do some remarkable things. But whatever we're able to do, it's only a superior form of brutishness. If we have an awakened heart and no hara, we are a casualty. In the context of our time, strength, stability, and sensitivity must be in balance. This is the way through. This is the basis of our yoga. An attempt to effectively discover and make accessible a growth in awareness, which means a growth in sensitivity, which means a growth in our personal unfoldment. Anyway, it may become a little more clear, experientially, tomorrow. And don't be put off. The things we will be doing 10 o'clock tomorrow will tend to be rather more simple than what Pat will be doing at 7 o'clock. So Pat will be doing the hard bit. I'll have the easy job. I would just add one thing. If something seems easy and simple, don't please underestimate it. If we have the quality of awareness, it will reveal much. We're putting carefully selected ingredients into this in order to make accessible some truly transforming discoveries. Discoveries for ourselves. It's very easy. I think we will find it so. I hope so anyway. We'll try at 10 o'clock tomorrow. If we're aware. Hello, haven't seen you for ages. How are you? Good.
Nice to meet you.
Any other points, friends? Not too many on the first evening, especially if we've got to get up early.
Awareness, Alan, it's just simply watching yourself, right?
It's just being aware.
Yeah, right.
Bang. That's all of yoga. That's all of Zen. All the teachings in all the world are only ways of bringing about an awakening. And that awakening is an enhanced state of consciousness. The first factor of which is increased awareness. Increased awareness presupposes increased sensitivity. Sensitivity and awareness will manifest greater consciousness. In short, yoga is a means of waking up. It is waking up. Especially during relaxation, please, let there be no one going to sleep. I have to say, it's not always the gentlemen who make the biggest snores in relaxation, but it usually is. It usually is. Any other points, friends? Is it tea time? Good. Could I just draw your attention, now we've got something to write with, to quite an interesting circumstantial fact. These two syllables, hara, in Japanese, it literally means belly. Now, by a curious chance, this is the strength, the power center. In yoga, it's the region of Manipura chakra. And so, the Manipura chakra is also the hara. Now, in the Iranian tradition, hara means the sacred mountain. And the sacred mountain is, of course, the meeting point, symbolically, of heaven and earth, because the point of the sacred mountain interpenetrates, interacts with heaven. It is the earth reaching up to heaven. Hara. In Sanskrit, hara means horizon. Which is again the meeting point of heaven and earth. And in yoga, the Lord of Yogis symbolically is Shiva. Shiva, the great destroyer, that is the destroyer of darkness and limitation. And one of his designations is Hara. In Hebrew, the word hara means conception. And the concept of conception is itself interesting because hara in Hebrew is life, fire. Conception is life, fire. So, in several traditions, in several languages, this word hara expresses complementary phases of meaning. Another very important word that we won't go into tonight in any depth is soma. The soma is also called amrita. It's the essence of life. It is the elixir of life. It is the alchemical fusion, what is found when our awareness penetrates to the fusion of opposites, the meeting of heaven and earth, the deeper meaning of hara. Don't worry, tea has nearly come.